special meeting of the Board of County Commissioners for December 1st, 2021. We are joined here today for a brief meeting. And with that, Commissioner Herman, will you take us through the Pledge of Allegiance, ma'am?
One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
Thank you, Commissioner Herman. I do appreciate that. Madam Clerk, can I get a roll call, please?
Of course. Bob Lucy, Chair via Zoom.
Here.
Vice Chair Hartung via Zoom.
Here.
Alexis Hill via Zoom.
Here.
Katie Jung is absent. Jeannie Herman in chambers.
Here.
County Manager Eric Brown.
Here.
Nathan Edwards, Assistant District Attorney.
Here.
And I'm Jan Gallassini, your County Clerk. Sir, you have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I appreciate that. Welcome, everybody. To those that are with us in chambers, Madam Clerk, will you please call public comment?
Yes. Let's see.
Or I'm sorry, Mr. Manager, will you take us into public comment? Item 3, please.
Thought you were mad at me. Okay, public comment. Comment heard under this item will be limited to 3 minutes per person and may pertain to matters both on and off the commission agenda. The commission will also hear public comment during individual action items with comment limited to 3 minutes per person. Comments are to be made to the commission as a whole.
All right, Madam Clerk, thank you, Mr. Manager. I do appreciate that. Sorry, I was jumping ahead. Madam Clerk, will you please call public comment?
Now I will. Carol Burns is up first.
Welcome, Ms. Burns.
My name is Carol Burns. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm a resident, there we go. My name is Carol Burns. And I am a resident of Sun Valley and a member of the CAB. For the last 20 years, you know, Sun Valley has been divided between District 3 and District 5. The problem that this has caused is the inability for us to recruit members from each district because of little cooperation from our commissioner and for publicizing the need for members to the community. By television notification, we would prefer. Many people in Sun Valley do not have internet, and obviously, television is a better spreader for information. North Valley's used postcards for the last meeting, and a good crowd turned up. This is the notification for Sun Valley for our meeting. A real eye catcher, isn't it? Nothing. Of course, the obvious solution is for Sun Valley to have its own commissioner. I know of someone who would be willing to serve and is eager to serve. Otherwise, we need to be in one district or the other. And the commissioner in that particular district needs to be cooperative and responsive to us during their term so that we have a functioning CAB that meets once a month. Thank you.
Okay, next I have an email from Elise Weatherly that will be placed on file, and that is all the public comment.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I do appreciate it. Thank you, Mrs. Burns. We'll place that email and your comments. We do appreciate those. All right, we are on to item 4. Mr. Manager, do you have any announcements this morning?
I do not. I was just going to read it if Mr. Chair. Commissioners
Please.
And county managers' announcements, reports, and updates to include boards and commissions updates, requests for information or topics for future agendas. I have nothing this morning, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Any commissioners, do we have any commissioner announcements? Commissioner Herman, do you have anything?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I was just thinking that maybe we ought to look at how much it's costing us for security here in the building, and only for commission meetings, of course. But today, I'm not afraid of anybody, so we could have saved some money. Just a comment. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Hill, do you have anything?
No, Mr. Chairman, thank you.
Okay. Vice Chairman, do you have anything?
No, Mr. Chairman, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. I have nothing as well. I just wanted to thank you. I hope everybody had a wonderful, nice holiday season. Had a nice Thanksgiving, and wanted to congratulate, obviously, Commissioner Hill and the birth of her brand new baby daughter, Zora. Very happy that they're home and healthy, and very excited to have them to be part of our family now. So congratulations on that, Commissioner Hill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right. With that, Mr. Manager, we are into our business of the day. This takes us to item 5. Mr. Manager.
Item 5 is a redistricting item pursuant to NRS 244.014 and 244.018, discussion and possible selection of a preferred alternative for the 2021 Washoe County Commission Election District Plan, and upon selection of a preferred alternative, direct the district attorney through the county clerk to draft an ordinance to amend Chapter 5 of the Washoe County Code relating to creation of commission election district boundaries. County Commission electric district boundaries are required to be redrawn as a result of changes in population that have occurred since the last redistricting process, as reflected in the recently released 2020 U.S. Decennial Census, which shows a total population for the county of 486,492. Staff has prepared drafts of 5 alternative plans of district boundaries for each of the 5 county commission districts. One additional alternative is also offered for consideration and comparison, which is simply the district boundaries as they exist at present. Action may include selection of one of the 5 alternatives proposed by staff or direction to pursue a different alternative based on available information and deliberation during the item. Among other things, districts must be as nearly equal in population as practicable, composed of entirely contiguous territory, and as compact as possible.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Manager. I do appreciate that. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the culmination of a long, very, very arduous process that has included public input and feedback on a multitude of maps that have been displayed publicly. There has been input from all the commission districts. There has been input from staff. And as we've pointed out, this has come at the heels of the growth of our community. With growth, obviously, we need to continue to balance the representation of each commission district and make sure that everybody's voices are heard as part of the civic process. And with that being said, the 2020 census did provide that our community in our county grew by 66,000 roughly individuals since the 2010 census. And with that being said, historically, our community, Reno, Sparks, Truckee Meadows, Washoe County as a whole, has its population center, if you would look at it on a map, has moved from old Southwest Reno and is moving historically from the Southwest to the Northeast. The population obviously is based upon growth and growth in our community. And the 2 areas that seem to be growing extensively since over the last 40 years is the Spanish Springs, North Valley, Sun Valley, Hungry Valley areas of our community that continue to grow. And that's based upon land availability and costs. So as we continue to grow as a community, we need to adjust those map lines so that we balance the equation of population managed by each commissioner and look towards the future to make sure that the numbers adequately provide for adequate representation as those commission districts grow prior to the 2030 census collection. So with that being said, I will open this for discussion on the maps. However, I want to make sure that everybody understands that, as posted in the staff report, that we need to maintain a deviation of a certain target population is what we're trying to shoot based upon splitting each district evenly amongst the population, and that the deviation is no more than, I believe, 6%. Is that correct, Mr. Manager?
It's 10%.
10% deviation from a total deviation from one district to the other. So that's not a deviation off of an average, it's a deviation from the total in one district to the total in another. So all of these maps that have been provided to us today are within that deviation, and we feel confident that those can be addressed with these moves. But with that, I will open it up for any discussion from any of the commissioners. Commissioner Herman.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm going to take a few minutes here, but originally I thought, that our maps weren't that far off and the percentages weren't that far off. And so that was my first choice, just to leave it the way it was and not go through all this rigmarole. My second choice was number 4. And it didn't put Sun Valley back together, but it was closer to the original one than I thought. So that would be my second choice, number 4. And my third choice, after studying it, would have been the number 1. So when I look at 6 today, which I could have considered, but now it's changed from, well, I saw number 9. So, and that was supposed to end up being what it was, but it isn't. So those 3 would be my choices for my community and my district. And that's about all I have to say.
Thank you, Commissioner Herman. I do appreciate that. Vice Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I feel somewhat the same. We certainly could have left it at baseline, but I looked at map 4. The problem with map 4 for me was I was contacted by the tribal chairman and at Pyramid Lake, and they politely asked if they could have just one commissioner representing them out, because Wadsworth has tribal land, and Nixon, and then of course you have Sutcliffe, and so that's what led me to map 6. And so that's my preferred solution, is map 6. I have no issue with Hidden Valley, because I think that, especially the work that I've done on the Flood Management Authority, Hidden Valley is, square in the middle of those issues. And, we've done a lot of home elevations out there. We've tried to come up with some great solutions, and I have no issue with representing that area. My numbers seem a little light, but as all of you know, Spanish Springs is growing by leaps and bounds. The city of Sparks is, as fast as they can build houses, they're being sold out here. There's a lot of multifamily in the center of the valley. The unincorporated area, of course, out here has numerous large projects. There's some tracts of land that could potentially at some future time be considered for other development, and so my guess is that District 4 will quickly catch up in population. So my best choice at this time is map 6.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Hill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I would like to concur with the Vice Chairman. I think that MAP 6 does a really great job of both addressing community concerns that we received through our public process, which I really want to commend staff for doing a great job with this public process, both people being able to physically give their input at our libraries and also the online portal. I think they did an awesome job, gave a lot of time for people to consider these proposals, and then responded in kind with MAP 6 to say, okay, let's see how we can ensure that we keep the tribe together, that we have Sun Valley represented by a commissioner, and also ensure that the numbers are a little tighter. So I feel very comfortable with MAP 6 because I feel like it's really gone through that public process and also meets the criteria that we adopted as a board. So that's where I stand today. And I would be representing all of Bird Eye, and I feel comfortable with that and feel like that makes a lot of sense for my district. So thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Hill. I want to point out a few other things too from guidelines, and I respect all the commissioners' comments and concerns. Every commissioner has a responsibility and duty to their public and their residents to make sure that their issues are understood and addressed. And I think that with some of the issues that we've heard, as Commissioner Hill pointed out, and all of commissioners, is that a lot of these challenges due to the lines and the growth have not been able to be addressed due to the growth that we've seen. And some of the problems the issues that fall within those is that we try to, at the county, provide, at least in every commission district, a portion of the city and a portion of unincorporated counties, so that each commission district has a little bit of everything. And when you look at the baseline map, if we were to do no changes at all, in my initial comments, I said that all map provided did allow for that deviation. Actually, the no change doesn't allow for the deviation because Commissioner Hill's district currently, with its population, has 86,000 individuals, give or take, plus or minus 86,000 people. And then you move to Commissioner Hartung's district, which is 103,000. It gives a deviation of negative 8.2% from target to positive 6.5% deviation. So right there, the baseline wouldn't allow for us to maintain with that map as is. And it doesn't address the concerns that have been brought to us through the public process, as Commissioner Hill pointed out. And so to balance the numbers and truly get to a place where we've addressed the concerns of not only the municipalities and the membership of the tribes and those that we represent within our districts, we've had to go back and really focus on how do we move these census blocks and address these lines to so that the people are represented by a like commissioner, someone who understands their issues. And I feel confident that moving Wadsworth into District 5 allows for strong representation from Commissioner Herman and any commissioner from District 5 ongoing into the future. Because this is a rural community that has rural issues and as Commission 5 is represented by a commissioner who understands those rural issues ongoing. And I think a number of the challenges that we see also with the growth within our community is that to Commissioner Hartung's concerns that district or Plan 6 is a little light in population for District 4. I think in the short term, you're going to see that population growth adjust tremendously. And my estimates, and I may be wrong, I don't know crystal ball, but I believe that Commission District 4 will grow significantly to be one of the most dense populated commission districts in the future. And so I think that will make a big, big difference going forward. So, and realize that NRS does also dictate the placement of certain individuals. So we want to make sure that we're doing the right thing. So I feel comfortable that Plan 6 addresses all the concerns that are out there currently and moves forward in that sense. I think staff has done a tremendous job and worked tireless hours to make sure that we've gotten rid of the pockets of in places that aren't represented appropriately and allow for people a little bit more ease of access to their commissioner. So with that, Mr. District Attorney, is there anything else that we need to address here today amongst the commission prior to public comment?
No, Mr. Chair, I don't believe there is. I think that your comments were all accurate that you just made in terms of the different issues that are on the table, the major requirements that are set forth in NRS, and also constitutional requirements. And you've already addressed the issues with the existing boundaries and baseline. And I think that's why the agenda describes it as for comparison to the new alternatives, the 5 new alternatives, and those do set forth appropriate percentage deviations, as you've already indicated. So I think you've covered the bases, and you're good to go for public comment at this point.
Thank you, Mr. District Attorney. All right, with that, Madam Clerk, I'm going to call public comment. Do you have public comment, please?
I have nobody signed in on this item.
All right. Seeing no public comment, we'll close public comment and bring it back to the commission. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, I am looking for a motion to recommend a plan version submitted to us out of one of the 5 plans from one of the commissioners. Vice Chairman. Vice Chairman.
Thank you. I move that we adopt Plan 6 as proposed in this agenda item.
All right. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. I have a motion from Vice Chair Hartung, second from Commissioner Hill, to move forward with the adoption of Plan Version 6 as proposed in the staff report. I will call for the vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Nay.
I have the motion carries with 3 in support of the motion and 1 in opposition. Commissioner Herman. We will put that on the record. Thank you very much, everybody. Appreciate that. And then that takes us to our final public comment. That is obviously item 6. Mr. Manager.
Item 6 is public comment. Comment heard under this item will be limited to 3 minutes per person and may pertain to matters both on and off the commission agenda. The commission will also hear public comment during individual action items with comment limited to 3 minutes per person. Comments to be made to the commission as a whole.
All right. Madam Clerk, do you have any public comment?
I have nobody signed in on this item.
Thank you very much. We'll close public comment. Item 7 is this Commissioners and County Managers announcements. Mr. Manager, do you have anything final?
No, sir.
All right. Commissioners, do you have anything final?
No, Mr. Chairman.
All right.
For me, sir.
All right. Commissioner Herman?
No, thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, everybody. We are adjourned. I appreciate all of your time this morning. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Take care.